Oh yeah, right on. Welcome everybody. What's in the hangar? Once again, here we are, brought to you by Clarksville Hobby Depot and produced by WebC Official. Let's see it. Let's do it. What's in the hangar? As usual, for myself personally, I'm still working on the Jester project. You guys will be able to find that on social media. So let's get into it. WebC.
I am working on a Wing Gundam. I've got some stuff on display for you guys today, a whole bunch of content, video content, and then just some of my builds here on the rotator. So that's basically what's going on in my neck of the woods. I'm going to zoom out and get it set up so you guys can kind of see a little bit of everything. Yeah, so I just got 4 runners left on that, and then I'll be ready to go into wash part mode, I guess.
Oh, this is one of your comp builds, right?
Yep, this is a comp build, so that's
Don't disclose any information you can't, so you don't get burned. Remember that.
oh yeah, no. That's basically the only thing that I'm allowed to show is like just me pulling the parts off the runners, which is encouraged anyways because it creates proof that I built a new kit and didn't
Right.
recycle the kit. But
Yep.
what I can tell you is this is kind of um where we're going, except for it's not gonna look like that exactly. So that's one of the poses for this build. Anyways,
Oh yeah, we got Scott in hanging out. He's gonna listen in and get some work done. He's always working. I get it though.
awesome.
Gotta stay busy. Do what you love.
Yep. So I've got the Wing Gundam already pre-built hanging around. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. Uh, I got a competition model that I'm waiting on. We gotta have a group meeting and finalize if that's gonna what we're gonna do about that competition, how we're gonna close that out because it seems like that one's kind of turned into like a botched. Maybe we should reissue it.
Oh, reissues are always cool. It's better than scrapping the idea. It's kind of like let's
Mm.
snowball this into something different. Yeah, reissue
I think we could definitely reissue the competition. Um,
a little reboot.
mm,
Yeah, and
so something.
call it a reboot.
Yep. I like that idea. Uh,
I love it.
and yeah, other than that, other things that are going on in the hangar, we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on in the hangar. I finally got my video screen back up and running for pictures now. Just scrolling through pictures, all the different pictures I take. I like. Oh, see, look, there's my entry picture for the competition. All right, and just got that back up. I'm super happy about that to get that up. I loaded over 520 articles of detail or articles of media into my screen projector there. So hopefully, when I'm showing that during shows, you guys won't see very many repeats, but you'll see comments and stuff in order.
Oh, I gotcha.
So it'll be interesting. Moving that is yeah.
So
So that's what
I'm
I got
the man
going
with all the questions. I want to know things. I want you to tell me. It's like, what do you got going on in the hangar?
Yep.
But
So.
yeah, but yeah, I didn't want to put a whole bunch of time into any of my explanation because this is where when this gets a little further along because it's still in that state where when I started it, I got the frame done, and now I had a little paint episode. But once I got it fixed, is where I'm going forward again. So just stay tuned to the social media for that update.
Nice.
And like you guys got some awesome builds going on a regular. I like it.
Always trying.
But I will be able to test some of the parts that I did paint, and I'll get the camera set up here in a second for that. But I did get a respray on them, so I can do some assembly. We'll see how it looks.
Nice. Have you been able to test those wheels out that you painted?
Oh yeah, it makes it way faster. I think
Oh, you
absolutely
think
at speed. It
so?
didn't do anything for durability, and it looks great. But man, that thing's so much faster for sure. It the longest part of it was taping it off to get
Yeah,
that around there. But it really wasn't hard. They're old, beat up, crunchy old RC wheels. But I scrubbed the plastic and it turned out really nice. And as soon as I saw it, just dawned on me real quickly. I was thinking about my Gundam, and I went, damn, it's already black. So if I just spray some, I use steel, Vallejo steel, and hit it, and when you put it over top black primer, it gives you the metal tone, and it turned out perfect. Just a couple sprays, I was done. It added a little flavor to some new content that's coming from RC or the fender banger side. Yeah, I just took a real junk RC and turned it into an awesome racing machine, and I hope to get some good action for that. But yeah, it was a Gundam trick. I pulled a Gunpla trick in the RC world, and it was successful and added speed because it's all about that.
Super awesome.
I need to get some verniers or something and put them on there too. I'm telling you, it was really cool. Because just like with any creative hobby that we all that we have, that we share this one in common, it's there's no right or wrong. You do what you want to do and make it look whatever suits your taste, and then we all have that eye that we like what we like because we like what we see, and we hold those opinions. We should balance those opinions, and it's just about using a skill, and that's what I did. I just pulled a skill out. I was like, oh dude, it works, because it works across the board for many things. And Oni will tell you this too. Oni Mecha, great guy, incredible artist, but a great guy. And it's because I had that conversation with he has skills in miniature painting, so there's ways of cheating, and when you do it, it really works. And that's kind of where I got that quick idea to just throw on a coat just to get that effect. But it just so happened that I had all the tools and stuff, because we build mecha, and I was like, yeah, that's all it is. Just simple basic skills. You just pull one out, put it to work. Sometimes it's unorthodox, and that's where maybe these gatekeepers and stuff out there get a little bent. Maybe you agree on certain things, because we're not using a certain tool that they say to get a job done. That's incredible, because we circumvented all their bullshit to get to an incredible result, but because they had no control in it, and blah blah blah, their opinion didn't matter, which it never did anyway. They get huffy at the end of it. It's like, well, how did you do that? You can't play in this sandbox. Why? Because, dude, sometimes a newbie can pull off master skills. Like, you pull out a skill. Maybe you have one of these, and you put them together in the right context. Oh, you create magic. But it's just art. It's always right. It's always wrong. It doesn't matter who's looking at it. Just you be happy with it. And don't let it go to your head. But, and then find ways of pushing that envelope or creating more. Because obviously people like it. So that's what we want to do, is make people like it. And it's not a popularity contest. I'm trying to entertain you. I want to make you feel good. And then if you want to know, I'll show you. But you've got to listen and pay attention quickly, because I'm not going to repeat it, kind of deal. I don't play that game, so I don't hold hands. But I understand when I miss one of somebody's teachings, when they're, if I miss it, I miss out too. I get it. But I've understood that, and that's how that happens. But thanks to YouTube and stuff, we can rewind and listen and go, oh, take notes, man. I keep notes, and that's where that comes from. Just these tricks, and I try to apply that across many different fields of boards, like even in life, like life tricks, stuff like that. But yeah, the gatekeepers that are hating on you, because you guys got to calm down. That used to be kind of cool, but now we've all just got smarter than you, and it's starting to show, and it's getting old. That's all. It's time for it's not a revolution. It's just things are changing, man. Life is emergent. It's going to change, and I think that's what's great about the Kit Bash Gundam community that we've created. It's emergent, and it's there's no reason to one way it always. It might be that way for a little while, but it always changes, because somebody's going to break the glass ceiling, and I expect you to. I would hope so. I mean, people inspire me daily to go above and beyond, maybe, and if that's the case, I would think others feel the same. And if that's what you do, and you shatter my reality, like, wow, I could Oni Mecha, you just broke my mind with your Dronium build project. Whoa. Okay, so, but that tells me that it can be done. I'm gonna do it too. and I'm sure if I pay attention and like Voltaire, a great philosopher once said, if I have appreciation for things others have, I can have those things too. It's manifestations, positivity. It's just what you do. You want hate. You want to hate on people. You're going to get hated. I promise.
Well, yeah.
So here we are, and that's why the Kit Bash community is different. We're not gonna. It's not what it's about. If I have time to be hating, I have time to be doing something creative. So if I'm not hating, then I'm being quiet and I'm probably learning, and then I'll create. Sometimes I sit around and learn a lot more than I create, but hey, my creations work out for me, and I like it.
And then sometimes I wake up and go, I want to poke the gatekeepers.
Poke the bear. That's
And
bravery,
then I do.
it's
I
honorable.
do.
It's
It's not a
honorable.
hate thing, though. It's just I feel like they need to be reminded that they're human too.
Yeah.
And we see their humanity. And that's what I think I want to bring out to that is the next step is we don't want to hate, but we should always view the humanity that we're seeing and maybe show the person that they have a better way of being a human or a better choice, a better option, a better end, a better end to their goal instead of
lead by example. We're going to lead by example in a way. That's why I try to think of it. Just show them, prove them wrong by doing different, and that it works, because it works for others. It's not just because it works for me. And usually that's where that kind of stuff starts. Is it's a strong opinion in one direction of someone's core beliefs or systems, and that's okay, because we have to believe in ourselves. But you also have to understand that things change so fast. Life's emergent. Remember that. So you're gonna be your senses will be bombarded with information at some point that goes against all that, and you have to be strong enough to understand that straight. First of all, if no one's ever told you that, you're welcome. Now understand that you're going to be told things in your life that you just don't fucking like. Guess what? That's exactly right. So you can't let that affect you. It's just as it comes along. Some of those things are good. It break your mind at first, but you're like, you know what? Damn, that's pretty smart. Yeah, go with the flow. That's what emergent means. It's going to happen. It's going to pop up. I don't make the flowers bloom, and but I know they do, and I can't predict how and in every which way. I can just say some things about it, and it's true, and that's what's going on. A little bit of false truths and shit in there. It's like, no, the reality of it is it's going to happen no matter what you do, and it's great to be pleasantly surprised or just go with the flow, even if it breaks your mind.
We've got a message. Did you get a message? Was that you?
I did. It's my phone.
Okay.
Because I didn't mute it. No.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with that.
But yeah, without kicking the same horse, that maybe everybody else knows, it's kind of a common thing, and I know this is the beliefs me and you have in common that make like our group different than others and set that standard in that way. Because you don't know what to expect, and we've given these guys a place free roam, to do to make art, and I'm sitting back watching like, wow, what can you do with this? And the answer is it's infinite possibilities, because I look at it in a positive aspect. Now, if you wanted to go a different direction, maybe you could see it in a different way or see its limitations or whatever your perception wants to be. And mine's a positive, and it's based on others' interests. So the intent's pure and clean and very powerful. So I just see where I'm just awed by people's creativity and inspired, and it fills my cup daily and overflows it, and I'm good. I can sit here and just watch, because I'm learning. Like I said, I'm learning before I create more, because I'm also administrating things that we're working on in life. We have real lives, but Kit Bash, you guys are insane, and what's up. It's a great pleasure to be of service. Commander of the Hangar or not, it's a daunting position, but with great pride I hold that for now until someone takes that place one day. because you guys make it real to create art. It's insane. I could plug so many names right this second, but you all know who you are, and that's the point. And once we break this weird glass ceiling that I guess somebody thought they created, or I don't know, whatever it is, that stuff. Make way, get off the runway. Seriously, we're coming through.
Oh yeah.
You heard first here.
You heard it here. Yo, we're at the 15-minute marker. It's time for some commercials.
Roll that bean footage.
Yo, that beef footage. Let's talk about our friends.
Are you looking for a Gumper community with interactive content, such as live video chat builds weekly, 24-hour chat room, and so much more? Check out the Facebook page and Messenger to get full-level access to a great team that wants to build with you. Get Bash Gundam. We're here to build.
Fender Bangers RC. Hey everybody, come check out Fender Bangers on Facebook and see what the zip is all about. If you got a need for speed on a small scale model style, well, come hang out and see what's cracking in the RC car world. Alright.
Dude, I don't want to laugh so hard and cry at the same time. I would look like a fool for all the world to see this moment, but at the same time I don't care. Because that's the most beautiful thing when you hear it. It's from the heart. It might be silly and creepy as fuck right now, and that's what it is, because it's the very first of the beginning of all this. But I can see what the future holds for all that. Hey there.
Yeah, as I get older, that voice that I do.
I was like, he knows exactly what I'm looking for. I need a I need the WWF announcer guy.
Oh, some Michael Buffer and shit like that. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yep. No, I refer to it as my Mr. Movie Phone voice.
Yes.
So it's an infliction. Like, okay, so when I was younger, I used to practice voice inflictions. I used to try and imitate every comedian, everybody. I didn't care who you were, black, white, Mexican, Asian. I didn't care. If you were a comedian, I thought you were hilarious and I wanted to imitate you. So I would try and imitate your voices and stuff. Like, Gilbert Godfrey and Bobcat Goldthwait. And, I'm talking about real
old school
signature voices, guys. Like these guys, if you've never heard their comedy and their stand-up, you're missing out. Go look it up.
Go look that up.
I'm telling you, that is like the thing. Anyways, here is like my stack of parts for this kit. So these guys right here need to be final nipped with the God Hand. These guys have all been nipped and are ready for a buff scrub. And with the buff scrub, it's going to agitate the plastic just enough to adhere my first layer of paint. So that's what I'm going for. So I'm not keeping anything.
How many layers of paint are you expecting? And where is your theory on?
I am doing 1 1/4 to 1 1/8 layers of paint. And what I mean by that is I'm going to be laying down a base layer, a base color, and then I'm going to take just a little bit of a color and just touch the parts just a little bit with the color, like giving it a kiss, and then that's it. That's all we're gonna.
The ratio might have sounded strange, but I was tracking because it's like, yep, he's just gonna. Yep. I mean, in a weight measure, I don't know, but it's just a little bit, because every coat counts. It matters, and I learned that with this kit too. So we'll bring that up, and because it was good, I think I went a little heavy on my primer, which made my first base coat.
I'll give you the idea. So I'm going to be doing some of this type of work.
Yes, okay. And
so we'll be doing a little bit of that, or here down here, it's a little bit better of a fade right there. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be doing that. That's what kind of work I'm going to be working on for that. So it's going to be something like that. Just real light. Nothing super heavy or anything. I think that's one of my big tickers when I do projects. for competitions is I don't want to build the competition to be so overcomplicated that the judges get overwhelmed and stop looking at it.
If anybody's listening, that's a fucking pro tip. That is golden, Mike.
That's one of the things, and I'll give you the example what I mean right now. Okay, so I went super heavy on detail for the chest, all those decals and everything on the chest. But what it is those details accentuated to where it doesn't overpower the rest of the kit. Because when you turn it a different direction, it gives you a different dimension, and you don't always see those decals until you turn it back. So that is what you get where you're intriguing people, because see, I didn't use a blueprint from any other kit, but I did use some inspiration for the arms, because I still have a little bit of trouble figuring out what I want to put and where I should put things on the arms, but I feel like I kind of knocked this one out of the ballpark for that. I think the arms actually turned out good. That's a water slide right there as well.
See, this is what you said is very interesting, and I want to touch on again so it can be clear that as being a pro tip, it's about dimension. As the kit turns, you see certain. It's like a jewel. You see certain facets only, and when it turns, you see another one. It's like the ever changing maze. You never see the same wall, and because of that, you look at it one way, and it's like, oh, this is really nice, very visually appealing because you placed a few right, but when it turns, there's a different dimension. Those maybe disappear, or and so this process continues, and then overall you get a quality product where something small is actually, it looks like a paint or it's part of it, but it's really not. It's an added detail that you wouldn't have expected at this point.
Right. Everybody, Mike Watson just joined the chat room. Hey, Mike Watson, how's it going over there?
Welcome, Mike Watson, Mad Mike, Dr. Watson. Glad you could join us. Hope you're doing well.
Yep. And I got some
I'm sure he'll oh, this is a friend of mine, Amanda. Hello, Amanda. How are you?
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Hey, Amanda.
Welcome to our little Wednesday show. But yeah, Mike, what are you working on? I know you got some mad project, or at least what are you planning on? You've always got some great thing you're working on. How's the weather, Amanda? Where are you at? Are you home? Or are you away from home? I would hope you're home because it's crazy all around the world, girl. And here at home, it's safe. Don't you hate when you try to pull some parts of oh, it's Mike. Trying to pull certain parts like the Lego brick separator. You know what I mean? When you get like those little 1x2 tiny plates on something, you can't get them off. Oh, dude, I used to ruin them as a kid. I'd break them off and try pop them loose in my teeth until they invented that cool little brick popper.
Oh yeah, brick popper was cool.
That thing's cool. Anyway, what I'm thinking is a Gundam tool popper kind of thing. So I don't know if it could be manufactured, how it could be created. I've got things I use, but
Nick Savory is currently promoting one of those 3D printed or mold poured versions, but it's so it's very clunky and it can cause damage to your kit if you're not careful. It's one of those really you have to be very delicate and just use it very slow, and it's not one of those tools where you can just rush through and get the job done. You know what I mean?
I've got one of those tools you can rush through and get the job done, but it's like this top secret, like I don't even know. I'm looking for one because I need one. It'll blow everybody's mind because seriously, if it's made of plastic, if it's not made of what I'm going to show you, it's not going to happen because I have the answer. It's that.
So, and On the tool Nick is showing people, it even has a little nub where you can fix broken polycaps or like squeeze together polycaps and stuff. So like if there's a circle polycap, you can rebuild that circle section so you can put it back on the part nicely.
That's awesome. Because I haven't seen it, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I used something very special because it took a while to find it, and it started the whole project with Legos as a kid, knowing that, and then when you start working on this level of something, the one thing I have seen that it fails on every aspect is if it's a painted part and you put any kind of pressure on that paint, the parts are so small. This is not a car. It damages paint. But if it's just plastic to plastic, because I use it when I'm separating a snap build, and because of that, it's amazing.
I'll be honest, I just use a hobby knife. It's dangerous. It's dangerous
because they're so thin of a blade. You put a lot of pressure on those 90-degree angles that you really can't see with the naked eye, and they cut and they dig, and it's like it does something to the paint. If it's deep enough, you can't sand it out.
I know. So that's the one thing I don't like about it is, and then once I paint a kit, I don't put it together unless like I am for sure I am satisfied. Ooh, what you got there?
A whole bag of goodies and tricks and materials. Popsicle sticks, balsa wood, because I build balsa model airplanes, stuff like that. But or building hobby train sets and stuff. So I've got like excess wood so I can build shit. Yeah. But anyway, it's just where I keep all of my wooden supplies. All right, I'm going to break the internet right here. Michael, are you ready? I wish we could manufacture this because this would help pay our bills and taxes for all of our friends and family for the next 1,000 years. Anyway. Amanda will know what that is. Oh, she left, but
I know what that is. I know exactly what that is.
And then the other side's got this on it.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got?
That's a sculpting doll for clay.
Oh, I guess it could be because now that you think of that, that's what it would be if I saw it at the Hobby Lobby in that department. This comes from the beauty aisle at Walmart.
Oh, for real? For like waxing eyebrows?
It's a cuticle pusher.
A cuticle? Oh, okay.
For pushing your cuticles. So it's got this flat blade, and if you sand it a little bit,
that's genius.
The material works great. It's strong, but it's weaker than the plastic. It doesn't destroy the plastic ever. And then you get the point. But if it's painted, you destroy paint every time because the friction quotient is so high between the paint and the wood. Wood? Yeah, wood. I mean, this is science, not for you, Mike. This is science for others. But it's the wood increases that friction quotient at the surface of the paint and the surface of the wood and instantly peels it from the adhesion, the bonding from the plastic. So I just broke it down like a microscopic level, but that's what happens. So I can't promise you that works for that. But if you're just snap building and you want to disassemble it, right there, every time, speed and efficiency, like you've never seen. But what Nick's working on is really awesome. I can't. As long as the material is softer than the Bandai plastic, yes, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen this tool in person, and it's kind of like I said, it's not a soft plastic, but it's not like a brittle hard plastic either. It's just one of those plastics that when you push into a seam or a crease, it looks like it's bending the plastic and could possibly break one of the 3mm pegs inside.
Gotcha.
As you're pushing. And that's the big issue I see with it is I feel like that's the problem with that one specific one. But the other tool parts that it has, the other options and all the other helpful parts that are on that one tool make it a little bit more valuable of a tool to invest in. And that's why I was like saying, yeah, Nick, check out Nick's tool that he was showing. Scott, if you're watching or listening, it's just one of Nick's new videos. Go check it out. Maybe you can get your hands on some for Clarksville. They'll sell. People are buying them. They'll sell. I'm seeing reviews on a lot of the Gunpla pages for the tool as well, not just me talking about it or anything. So it is a thing.
Right.
Another thing Scott would do good getting is some of these Hobby Master Flashmaster knives. If your hobby knife ain't bending 180 degrees, what are you hobbying?
I don't know.
So,
Good question.
I'm
But
not trying to promo Flashmasters or nothing, but these things are sweet, man. I'm still infatuated with them.
I
I got
think that
them.
I don't know anything about them. What?
So they're basically a flopsy, flimsy hobby knife. So like, from the one angle, it's basically took razor blades from a chic razor,
Uh,
and then they put them through a press or something to make them even thinner. Because these things are spring thin.
well,
Like,
I mean, the things that they create in the world are pretty amazing. So yeah,
it, it,
I have no
it,
doubt.
it
Those are pretty.
disappears on camera, brother.
That's insane. That's pretty good. But I have no doubt
Yep.
there's
So,
some amazing technology. I'll look into that.
uh, so I've been using them for a while, and they really help with like some of those kits where, like, you were saying, what was it back when I got those custom scene bases that I was working on, right? Those
Yeah.
I used that Flashmaster tool on those, and oh man, it was a dream.
That's what I was curious
I
about.
slid right through it. I slid right through it because it just I didn't have to worry about nicking or going over and hitting extra because that blade it's not strong enough to take extra. It's not strong enough to do the wrong job. It's like it's only got enough force and power. Unlike a regular hobby knife where you'll like heavily gouge out your part. Those thinner ones will give you the option to uh, go slower and a more accurate cut. I like them. Yep, and
I've seen some other like seam removal tools, and that's what I was curious about. Um, Obviously, we don't see a lot of that on Bandai kits. I mean, that's a high level of whatever. But some kits have crazy flash lines. Because
and
I didn't see a use for me buying one just yet because I don't need it for anything special. So a hobby knife is just a hobby knife, but that is
mhm.
very specialized. Yes, I was
Yep.
curious about.
So what I'll pull it out for is on some of these real grade kits, the little nubs back here, like my thumb's getting caught on it. So I'll take this Flashmaster and I'll just slide it across, and it
Oh,
just pulls it right out. And that little piece of plastic right there was what my finger was getting caught on, and this little knife just took it out without gouging the part. And I still got a little bit left to get from the other way,
uh-huh.
but it's not really like you're not pushing the knife, you're like sawing it. The instructions for use, they tell you to saw the blade kind of in a motion like that, and when you do that, it helps the blade live longer, and it also gets the closest shave.
Okay, gotcha.
So
I kind of always thought that's what I do. I use a slicing motion because I was always told my father, to not put all that tension and pressure on one single spot in the blade, but to use it as a slicing motion down the entirety to get a fine cut.
Scott got denied. What'd you get denied for, Scott? Both of those cardboard stand kits are missing pieces. Oh
Oh,
no.
okay. He's building. So this guy collects cardboard boxes.
Oh, okay.
And he needs a place to store them. And he needs a place to store them. It's just like the shipping business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What he does down there at Clarksville Hobby is a never-ending endeavor. But to be able to have a place to store all your boxes, you know what I mean? Put them somewhere on a cart out of the way, so when you need it, you can pull it out of the warehouse, whip out some boxes, pack up, and that's going to be very useful in the future as it keeps growing. Because it's Gunpla and some RC here and there, and and I'm sure it's enough for him to keep busy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the carts are just the storage for all the cardboard boxes. I already looked into this because I questioned him, and I was thinking go karts or like shifter cart, and I'm like, wow, maybe out of cardboard this would look really cool. I was lost.
All right. See, we should hit up a couple commercials. Let's see what's next on our line.
What's up, brokes? Web C here, and before you continue on your journey into my videos, I'd like to tell you about our new friend, Broke Man Studio. And this is a great time for you guys to catch up with him and see cool things that he's talking about. Broke Man is always bringing you the cheapest solution to the coolest gunpla fill. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and check out all of his new videos. We here at Kit Bash Gundam, at the Rocket Industries, at WebC Official, and all our other subsidiaries are here to support Broke Man Studio and Broke Man Reviews and Broke Man Tuts. Everybody have a great time, and I hope you enjoy watching this little video. Hey everybody, WebC here from WebC Official, and I'd like to stop and talk to you about our cool new stuff that we got going on at WebC Official. Certain things like all of our shows that are really cool that we bring to you on a weekly basis, like What's in the Hangar Wednesday, Kit Bash Friday night, and Late Night Friday nights with WebC and the Wicked Wookie. You guys come on down and check those things out. You'll be getting new content from all our shows and hosts, including me, WebC, Andrew Cosgrove, the Wicked Wookie, and Carrie Michael Howell, the Model Rocketeer. And these are your current channel hosts. And then we have all of our guests who feature on all of our shows on a regular basis, who come in and hang out with us. So this is the last thing we're going to talk about. Advertising.
Advertising. No, we're not gonna. That's not the last thing we're gonna talk about. Sorry, that's a. I keep thinking I
Stay tuned.
clipped all these.
Always do commercials. Everything's changing. Always changing.
Yep. So
it makes it exciting then.
Nope.
Can't keep the same idea and expect to be successful all this. I mean, you know what I mean? Not to dissuade people from anything, but you got to be open to change and keep it fresh. Most important thing is to get started and even do it. If you break that barrier, that's further than a large percentage of people that wish. You know what I mean? I sat and waited to do this for a while, and then one day I just pulled the trigger, and here we are. Now we're just doing it. It doesn't even matter. Just do it. You'll never know until you try.
Agreed.
So, I think we're both a positive testament to that. And we already know we got the answer we wanted.
Just keep moving forward. Keep doing it. Keep plugging along. We'll make it there. There's a show to get to. We'll make it there.
Right. Somewhere.
So, Mrs. had to drive all the way to Hudson, Wisconsin for work tonight.
Oh my! Well, I say that like I live next door or some shit. I don't even know where that's at.
Okay, so
I know where Wisconsin is. You know what I mean? It's like it's a long ways away from me, but you gotta put it in some perspective.
Hudson's on the Minnesota Wisconsin border. It's one of those border towns. We got another town named Stillwater. So on the other side, on Minnesota side, it's Stillwater, and on Wisconsin side, it's Hudson. Anyways, yeah. So my wife went all the way out that way tonight for work.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. All the extra money on the gas.
Right.
Oh man. So yeah, but her work pays her mileage, so it pays back. which
Right.
is nice.
I was gonna say, some of the jobs, that's the way it has to be because they have to travel.
Yep.
So that's good.
It's also what I've been thinking about is doing traveling here. Um, I want to get around the country. Let's see, 5, 6 years from now, I'm going to start moving around the country a little. Me and the missus. I think she's going to position herself to get her job to let her do that. And if we can talk her job into it, I'm going to just go with her and we're going to run around the country. And as I build Gundams and drop them off at random shops and leave them for people to come and buy, I'll advertise that shop as I go through it. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
that's one of my like little run away from society goals. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, that'll be a fun little thing to do. And, that'll make it so I can stop at places like Carrie's house and Andrew's house, and we kick cans through the dirt and have a bonfire and
hell yeah. That's what we do around here.
yep, tell stories about.
I think Scott too down there where he's at. It's kind of the same here because I mean it's close. We're within a couple 100 miles of each other.
I think it's just like that's like good old American type thing right there. Get that old bonfire going and get on back over there. Don't matter if you're drinking or not. You just
No,
sit back and relax.
it's
Mhm.
an ancient thing. That's
Yep.
why the fire is very primal. If you're not sitting staring around the fire thinking about the universe, man, you got it all wrong. That's where the answer is. In that fire, keep staring, meditate, and think about it.
Oh
Or
yeah,
sitting around that fire. Somebody has answers. You'll find answers around the fire.
definitely. So in this video that's playing right now over my thing,
Mm-hmm.
we turned my truck 200,000 miles.
Oh, nice. Okay. I was wondering. I thought that's what that was when I was looking at it. I was like, is that somebody's odometer?
Yep, that's the first vehicle we've owned that we've gotten to 200,000 miles.
Right on.
So it's like a super proud moment for me and my wife to be able to own and maintain a vehicle that long and stuff like not drive it into the ground by 150
Right.
because that's what happened to our we had another car and the car did not make it to 150. It said no, I'm just gonna blow the timing and then we're gonna blow the engine.
Ruin the engine. Yeah.
So that was my fun. But yeah, that's what that little video is every time it comes around, just so you guys know. Nothing super serious. It was just a fun little thing me and her did together. We drove around the circle, like there's a block inside our trailer park that we live on. So we just drove around that for like the last half a mile so that we could not be on the main road when we actually hit the 200,000. So we wouldn't be like breaking any laws while we're celebrating and cheering that we,
Yeah.
type of thing.
Doing it safely.
Yeah.
So I didn't go totally full like G Studio, with the cutout on the side skirts and all that fancy stuff, But I just tried to go with a simple two-tone color on the inner frame, looking a little steel, which I'll still add a couple of little details to the raised spots just for whatever. I don't know.
That's clean. I like that.
Nice and
Real
clean.
clean.
Because I saw that Justin's build was sick. Oh man, sick.
Yeah, his build definitely had a lot of detail. I liked it. I did.
Oh
But
yeah, I'm not
his
hating.
builds are starting to get towards that too much to look at type of thing. You know what I mean? Where I was just talking about that earlier, where like you don't want the judge to get overwhelmed and go no and walk away.
Right.
Yeah, like that's
a good circle back to come to. I like that because you don't want to overwhelm judges. That's a pro tip right there. That's golden. I get it. Like I don't want to use this particular guy as the example, but it's the best example, but it's not. It's getting there. When, like you said, it's so complicated. That's what makes it look good. It's a showpiece. I get it, but it's so complicated as a judge. When I look at it, I'm like, that's not how it was made, because the original plastic isn't at the surface anymore. So
Right.
I don't know the complexity of how you built those shapes up. Well, we do, but when I have to start thinking about everything you just went through to get those shapes up to that level, that's when I've lost interest, because I'm like, wow, fuck, it's just over. It's a lot. I'm like, damn, what the hell? But like parts where he cut holes and stuff like that, that's cool, because now we're removing material. Now I can see
Yeah.
a frame or something, but adding so much makes it really visually stunning. Dude, that thing looks badass. And on a World War II kind of mindset fanatic for me, he gets mad thumbs up, because it's like, that's what I would do. I would add awesome armor plates to my fucking Gundam. I would make that armor thick as shit. I get it. That's good.
Yeah.
But that's what we used to do, was just slap armor on tanks. So that's kind of how I saw that in a way, but it's it is beautiful. You can't deny that. Amazing work. But the complexity is really up there. It gets high numbers in the complexity, and it should never be so complex. We're playing with plastic. This is for fun. And that's where people get too serious about things too. It's just don't get too complex. Keep it simple. Let's have fun. And everybody's right, everybody's wrong. Who cares? Just have fun yourself.
Oh yeah.
Or hate it
No.
and hate it yourself, whatever you want to do. But it's your time, not mine. Do your
Oh
own
yeah.
time. It's like,
My concerns are always, within goal. Like my goal is, competitions. Do I take them seriously? To a certain extent. That's why they're my goal. But
yeah.
do I take them emotionally? Not necessarily.
Mm.
I vent for like 15, 20 minutes and then I fucking move on. If I lose a comp, that's what I do. I'll vent for 15, 20 minutes and then move on. And that's that normal I lost vent. It doesn't matter if it's a video game or if it's, I lost my job, you lose your girlfriend. You should vent for 15 minutes and then switch your brain back to positivity to move forward and figure out what you can do to make your next build better than that last build.
Right.
That didn't get you the win, so that you can go and get the win. And then, yeah, I mean, like I said, so I would, when the L comes, just don't emotionally invest in the L. Just sometimes it's just better to, and that's like something you can do in all aspects of your life. You know, not just competitions or anything like that. But if life hands you an L, take that L, man. Just take it. It's an experience. You're gonna go. I know what not to do to lose next time, and you keep moving through, and eventually you'll be done with that whole L. And you'll never repeat it again at some point.
Yep.
And then you'll learn what the next L gives you, and you'll stop repeating that one. And then the positivity will come more and more and more and more as you get better at taking the L's. Trust me, that's like one of the biggest things, is because for every win in life, there's going to be at least 5 L's that come with that win. So
Right.
are you ever going to really be in the positive with your L's? Who knows? But what I do know is, if you stay in the negative mental state on that loss all the time, then you'll never be able to climb back out of the negative state. Like, so, let's always remember to invest on that positivity. Like, that's where we're gonna get the best out of life, is with the positivity. So, and I know positivity doesn't put food on the plate or pay the bills, but at some point in time, positivity can put food on the plate and
It
pay the
puts
bills.
motivation in the heart and the mind, and a little bit
Yep.
of comfort and encouragement, so that you can
Yeah.
do whatever you got to do to put food on that plate. No, you're right.
Damn
That's
right.
what is how I look at it. Just turn it around and it'll work. Because the most important thing we have is ourselves and how we feel about shit. Because it really hurts. Like, if you've ever experienced pain, it hurts. And you live a life like that, hurting. And I don't like to see my friends or other people hurting, because I know it hurts sometimes. And that's how we solve that. It's really important.
No. So
Really basic. I think we're doing a good job by trying to help spread that.
Oh yeah. And the biggest button that you got to spread, you know, you better be jamming that thing. Like,
It just makes for a really strong community, you know, because we're
that
all
too.
depending on each other, and it's cool, dude. Because it's like, bro, if you ain't got it, I got your back. Like, you know, I learned that in the military. It's like I can't go take a piss without my buddy. You know what I mean? That's my battle buddy, my BB. So when you go take a leak, man, he's watching your back. You know what I mean? It's important. We are, you know, because we're our brother's keeper, and that doesn't mean you need to be a gatekeeper kind of thing. It's like, man, you lead by example, and then if we trust each other's opinions and inputs, you know, as we should, because we can talk to each other honestly, you know, because we know we don't, but some of us we do. And when we're able to do that, we can transfer that information, you know, confer an idea, be like, hey man, I think you're putting too many decals on your Gundam. Hey man, you really think so? No, I mean, yeah, kinda. Hey man, thanks. I really appreciate that. I didn't know. I know because we don't see the same thing others do. But
Right.
that was an example of a trusting relationship where somebody can tell somebody something that might hurt, but they're able to accept it and go, yeah, or see some good in it. We shouldn't be out to hurt or destroy others, and that's what makes a good competitor too. Even if you lose, it's just it doesn't mean shit. I mean, I guess it could, depending on what stakes. You know, your life for mine. Those are some high stakes. I'm willing to do anything, and I'm a very capable man. But that's not what we're doing here. So there's always a better chance to take an opportunity with that L to learn something. So we'll take it that way too. The L stands for learn. You know, turn that loss into a learn, and you know, make your W's bigger and stronger because you
Damn
learn.
right.
Because while you're doing that, you have a better chance of attracting another W. If you want, you can be like really pissed off and shitty, and you'll attract another loss. And now all we're going to do is concentrate on the loss instead of learning from it, because we'll start to begin. You know, what's wrong with us? But now
You're
we
right.
can't accept other people's opinions because now I'm telling you, you're just being a negative Nancy dude all the time. And guess what? He doesn't want to hear that. So I can't help him anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean you know, that's for everybody on that. That's, you
Yep.
know, if you constantly fucking sucked into the negativity, then yeah, I mean, like the negativity is gonna grab a hold, and you're just gonna anybody who talks to you is gonna be the bad guy
Yeah.
because they're not sympathizing with your negativity. And
Right.
that's where you push people away. You have those hard times and stuff, and you feel like you're all alone and nobody's helping you in your struggles. Well, I mean, and then you got to look back and go, well, dude, look how negative you were being. Look, if you would have been in that struggle and if you would have been positive, uh, you know, you would have had a better outcome instead of the negativity that you led yourself into.
I agree.
My cat just stopped licking his butthole and looked over at me.
Mic drop. But I believe there's a lot of truth to that too. So I can agree with the cat. It's worth taking note. You know, it's important. It's really
He's
important.
14, so he's got some play in there. Yeah,
This so
he's seen the pros and the cons and all of it. He's an awesome cat.
because I try to put myself in their place even sometimes and think it's like, man, how complicated do I have to make this life? You know, what is it worth to make it so complicated? You know, that competition, the keeping up with the Joneses thing.
Right.
Because I believe in competition and I like that because I like Voltaire because that's where I learned it. It's what I believe in. You know, he was a 17th century philosopher. There's many more before that with great words, but it's simple to have appreciation for what others have. You know, my neighbor's Cadillac. I will have one day too. You know what I mean? And it's that simple. I'm not going to just hate on him, and because because I understand that feeling of not having, but it's not really about that when it comes just to that big black Cadillac kind of idea. Because I'm jealous of another man's torch, not his Cadillac. Because when the lights go dark, what are you gonna do? I'm an animal. I come from the earth. I'm a child of the universe. You know what I mean? I'm not concerned about that Cadillac because we can do when it runs out of gas. I know how to walk. I can march. It's like very basic, so it makes me feel like a caveman, like I've crawled out from under a rock. But I find a great solace in that because I don't covet those kind of things to a point because I want somebody's boat. I'm like, man, I want a boat too, but that's a driving factor for me to continue working hard and helping my friends and family achieve another level so we can all have it. You know, it's
Yeah, we should have a fleet of boats.
It's like but that's where that idea of having that, an open heart or the like the Christ heart idea. My friends eat when I eat. It's very basic. It's not rocket science. You don't have to be a Christian to believe in that shit either. So I'm not advocating for or against it. It's just a very basic ancient idea. Sit around the fire and talk about the truth and learn and take everybody along with you and keep pushing it forward for all of humanity.
Yeah,
The
whole it does. You're right. That whole primal tribal type thing. It does. It goes very far back into all of that because, like, growing up, when I learned about smoking the peace pipe and sitting in a teepee around the fire, doing those types of things, like when I learned how to learned about all that stuff, like that's what it was, man. It was that primal feeling of feeling connected to everybody at the same time. It was a pretty awesome feeling.
Yep. I could only imagine. I would really experience something like that because I know there's opportunity for that kind of stuff because it's real. I think it's important and powerful.
Oh yeah.
Can I give you information?
Yeah. Okay. You want to hit a commercial or something? Like I gotta do something.
Hold on. Let's talk about this.
Fender Bangers RC. Hey everybody, come check out Fender Bangers on Facebook and see what the zip is all about. If you got a need for speed on a small scale model style, well, come hang out and see what's cracking in the RC car world. Alright.
C's Bounty Bag Challenge. Enter for a monthly chance to compete. Show us your best build at curlyhell@gmail.com. Sponsored by Derek Ho and the Horde, WebC Official, and the Model Rocketeer.
Hey everybody, WebC here, and I just want to encourage you all to get down and hang out with us and try and get in there for that monthly audition to be on the 12th spot. It'll be really cool.
All right.
I hope that was long enough.
Yeah, it's good enough. My bad.
Right.
That was so strange. I just felt like it had to have been so important to get interrupted in the middle of that. And
Oh, it's fine.
It really wasn't, but it's okay. You never know. You never know.
Hey. Yep. We got just speaking of the Bounty Bag Challenge and everything, we can pull up a local video and show you guys our local guy real quick. So get rid of that volume real quick. There we go. We got Manuel Claudio is the August winner of What's in the Bounty Bag audition. So Manuel Claudio will be getting a bounty bag. Hooray!
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Hooray! Yeah. So his work is super clean, super crispy, very nice.
Great kid.
So that's definitely why he got the pick, is just the clean and crispiness of his build. The presentation though, that's what really put it over the edge for me and the rest of the team, I believe, was just we were very enamored with the presentation. Some of the other entrants had some good presentation as well, but this one just I could not deny the quality of presentation that we were given. So
yeah. I can't help but look at the kit. I'm sure hopefully somebody's taking notes, but yeah, it's all there is to look at, the kit. And when you do look at it, it's exceptionally good. Looks good. Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, congratulations, Manuel Claudio. Can't wait to see what he does with that.
All right. I'm super excited too.
Because that makes it really nice that you can see it, like, right, the presentation is clean. So we see what it's going to start out as, and then we kind of know what to expect. So maybe that's something to look forward to, or maybe kind of look at now, is the entries have to be of at least a high enough level so you can see the difference in the two outcomes, the before and after, right?
Well, right. That's the biggest goal. Is that's what we want the most, is to be able to see all the work that you're doing. And our first contestant that got the bounty bag, he did a phenomenal job with his build. Like, and his presentation's really good. I can clearly see everything that he did. Some of the things he did do kind of hide under the armor a little bit, but it's not his fault, because he did take pictures and express that he did those things to make sure that we knew those things were done and where those parts were used. So I do have all that information, but like, overall, that first contestant, he's got a real solid build, and he set a good standard moving forward for what we should have for a build and everything. So it was just a spot on pick for me to get him in there right away. That was awesome. And yeah, like I said, Manuel Claudio, he will also be one of those great picks, and I'm super excited to see what he chooses to build his kit bash with. Besides the parts that I send him, obviously, but what
Sure
base Gundam he uses, it'll be very interesting.
That's the big question on everybody's mind. I'm thinking when it comes down to that, it's like, man, what kit? There's such a wide range. How I guess the question would be to ask oneself, how in depth do I know this line of kits to be able to choose one that I can modify because I have mastery over it? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool. That's
definitely.
deep thought. It's like, whoa, we're just talking about Gunpla. That gets pretty deep right there. But it's true. I mean, because I'm looking at it in that way, because I'm not of that high caliber competition, not yet.
Right.
But the point being, that's what I would think. Like, what kits do I have great mastery over that I can just whip out and make it sick with the blink of an eye? Versus, whoa, I've never built the Sasabi, and I fucking half-ass fucked it up trying to build it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah,
the difference.
I can understand that.
Yeah,
I totally understand that. So yeah, and I mean that's just basically where that's at. But we have reached the 1 hour marker, so I'm ready to wrap up What's in the Hangar Wednesday.
Because everybody knows what that means. This is gonna say we're gonna call it the end of the show. We're gonna try to keep it within an hour. But as things evolve, you never know. It might turn into more. It could turn into other shows. It might turn into a 15-minute show. We don't know yet. But we're glad to have you guys here with us for the hour we had you.
And always, as I zoom in on it a little bit, you can see it right there. Our sponsors. They've been in the show the whole time, just so you know. Sponsors. Shout out Clarksville Hobby Depot LLC, the Model Rocketeer, and the Wicked Wookie. Shout out to all you guys. You guys are awesome. And like I said, Carrie, you got any last remarks?
No, other than lead by example. Do yourself a favor. Have respect for yourself, and that's going to take you many places. And we'll see you guys here again. And come find us on Kit Bash.